20 shocking facts about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was used by the Italian mafia to dissolve the bodies of victims in barrels. In the 80s and 90s, at least 350 people disappeared this way, confirmed testimonies of pentiti. In the 80s in Colombia, trade unionists fighting against Coca-Cola were murdered. 8 activists were killed and hundreds were threatened with death. The company was accused of collaborating with paramilitary death squads. The case even went to U.S. courts. Coca-Cola in India sucked up so much groundwater that in 2004, villages in the state of Kerala literally dried up. The factory drew 1,500,000 liters a day, forcing people to walk 10 kilometers for water. In 1919, in the USA, Coca-Cola was the official sponsor of the Ku Klux Klan in Georgia. The company gave free drinks at rallies and even printed special labels with the KKK logo. Photos of these bottles exist to this day in a museum in Atlanta. Samples of Coca-Cola from factories in sub-Saharan Africa between 2003 and 2008 contained fly larvae and insect fragments. An internal company report leaked to the press. For decades, Coca-Cola paid American scientists to downplay the link between sugar and obesity. In 2015, the New York Times revealed that the company gave $120 million for research intended to blame lack of exercise. In Guatemala in 1978, the military shot 9 trade unionists at a Coca-Cola factory in front of employees. The company claimed for years that it had nothing to do with it. In Brazil in 2022, it was revealed that sugarcane plantations supplying Coca-Cola practiced slave labor. People worked 18 hours without water, with 14 documented deaths from exhaustion. In Chile in the 1970s, after Pinochet's coup, Coca-Cola was one of the first companies to return to the country and sponsor the regime. Syrup delivery started as early as 1974, while corpses were still lying in the streets. In Cambodia in 2017, a Coca-Cola factory discharged 300,000 liters of acid into a river. All fish within a 10-kilometer radius died within 24 hours, and people were forced to drink that water. In Mexico, the average child drinks 700 glasses of Coca-Cola annually. In some villages, cola is cheaper than water, and people brush their teeth with it. Diabetes and tooth decay in 6-year-olds are the norm. In 1983, Coca-Cola attempted to buy blood from a slaughterhouse in Argentina to produce red dye from it. Internal experiment leaked in documents in 2018. In 2019, in Atlanta, a former Coca-Cola Security Department employee stole samples of a new secret ingredient and sold them to Pepsi for $1.5 million. He was caught by the FBI, but the formula leaked to China anyway. In 2008, in China, a Coca-Cola factory added juice from rotting, mold-covered oranges to the drink for 9 months before a batch with carcinogenic mold was detected. The case was covered up with bribes. In 2024, in Germany, it was discovered that Coca-Cola has been paying universities millions of euros for 20 years to omit sugar as a cause in studies on childhood obesity, the so-called sugar conspiracy. In Costa Rica in 2015, farmers found mass graves of sugarcane plantation workers for Coca-Cola. Chronic kidney disease from pesticides, over 20,000 deaths in Central America since 2000, the so-called sugar kidney epidemic. In 2007, in the Indian village of Mendingi, children were born with bone deformities. Tests showed that tap water contained 200 times more lead and cadmium than the norm, because Coca-Cola was discharging sewage into the river. In 2020 in Brazil, it was revealed that Coca-Cola bought sugar from plantations where children aged 8 to 12 years old worked 14 hours a day with machetes. Oxfam report, 7 children lost fingers. In 2014 in Catalonia, an independent laboratory discovered that Spanish Coca-Cola contained bull semen as a secret flavor enhancer. It was taurine from testicles, but the company never listed it on the label. Which fact chilled you the most? Comment below. Subscribe for more. See you in the next video.